Always pray a prayer that the words of my mouth and the meditation of each and every one of our hearts here tonight will please God, who is our rock and our Redeemer. I have to know, is there anybody here who gets motion sickness? Anybody get sick from sitting in the back seat of cars or riding on boats? Seasickness? Okay, that's good. That's good. And we're okay. How about claustrophobic? Anybody scared of small spaces? I see a couple hands. You might not like tonight's message. I apologize in advance for the tight feeling and the motion sickness that you might experience throughout this message. Because we're going to take a trip. We're going to leave the church and we're going to go together. We're going to go to sea. We're going to go out to sea and we're going to get in our boat and we're going to go visit Jonah. You all remember who Jonah is, right? So here, I'll let you drive. Here you go. All right, here we go. Watch your step. Here you go. Whoa, slow down there, buddy. A little heavy on the pedal there. All right, I think we're about there. This is about the right area. Everybody ready to get wet? Everybody good? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath because we're going to have to jump in the water. And who knows how long it's going to take this whale to get here. But here we go. You ready? Okay, we're going down. We're getting deeper and deeper. As we get deeper and deeper, we see that it's getting darker. Keep holding your breath. We're not there yet. I think I see a big shape off in the distance. Here it comes. Its mouth is opening, and it's swallowing us. Here we are. We're inside the whale. Kind of dark in here. Kind of a little scary. Feels a little tight to me. What's that smell? Is that you? Could you imagine being inside the whale with Jonah? Can you see the rib cage? See the massive ribs surrounding us and the flesh? Are those ribs closing in on us? Oh no, the whale's breathing. They're moving in and out. Can you hear the breath? Can you hear the stomach gurgling? That's where we are. We're in here, in the stomach of the whale. Have you ever been in the hard place of life? The dark, scary, lonely, difficult, frightening place in life. Now, I'm not talking about the little problems. We all face little problems. I'm talking about the big ones, the whale of problems. Things that you didn't think you could get through on your own. Things like waiting for the medical results that could mean the difference between heartburn and heart disease. Waiting for that one word, benign or malignant. How about at work? The bills are piling up at home. You've got a stack of them already. And the boss today makes the announcement there's going to be cutbacks. Layoffs are in the future. How are we going to pay the bills if we don't have work? How about heartache? The person that you love and hold dearly has just reached inside your rib cage, ripped out your heart, thrown it on the floor, and it doesn't even seem like they care. We're talking about a whale of a problem. These are the problems we're talking about tonight. How do you pray when you're in that situation? How can you pray when you're faced with the whale of a problem? How can you pray in your darkest, loneliest, scariest hours? Jonah was there. Jonah was inside the whale. How did he pray? He prayed inside the whale. How did he pray? Let's listen. Can you hear him? Can you hear him praying?
I called to the Lord out of my distress, and he answered me. Out of the belly of the soul I cried, and you heard my voice. You cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas, and the flood surrounded me. All your waves and your billows passed over me. Then I said, I am driven away from your sight. How shall I look again onto your holy temple? The water closed in over me. The deep surrounded me. Weeds were wrapped around my head at the roots of the mountains. I went down to the land whose bars closed upon me forever. Yet you brought up my life from the pit, O Lord my God. As my life was ebbing away, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer came to you into your holy temple. Those who worship vain idols forsake their true loyalty. But I, with the voice of thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will pay. Salvation belongs to the Lord.
Salvation belongs to the Lord. Did you hear Jonah's prayer? What does he mean by salvation belonging to God? Is he talking about the spiritual saving of our souls, about going to heaven? It's possible. But in the context of this situation, salvation belongs to the Lord. He's in the belly of a whale. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Deliverance is how the New Revised reads. Deliverance belongs to the Lord. Jonah is praying to get out of his belly. He wants to be delivered from the belly of the whale. And he says, just prior to the last line, salvation belongs to the Lord, he says that with a song of thanksgiving, I will make my sacrifice to the Lord. Did you pick up on that? With a song of thanksgiving, I will make my sacrifice to the Lord. What is Jonah thanking God for? What's he thanking him for? He's in the whale. He's not thanking him for anything. He's stuck inside a whale. He hasn't been delivered yet. He's thanking God for something that hasn't happened yet. He's thanking God for a deliverance that he has not yet experienced. From the belly of the whale, Jonah prays a psalm of thanksgiving. Now, it's obvious that he's not thanking God for something that God has done, because God didn't do anything yet. But he's thanking God for who God is. Jonah thanks God for being all-powerful and sovereign. That means that Jonah thanks God for being in control. Here he is inside the whale, and he's saying, thank you, God, I know you're in control. I know you're in control, and you're all-powerful. You are able to deliver me from this whale. But whether you do or don't, I know that you have my best interest at heart. Now, I'm not saying that we can't pray for specific things. I'm not saying, God, do whatever you see fit, and we don't care what that is. We want this thing, but we're not going to pray for that, God, because we want you to choose. Jonah also prayed very specifically, God, get me out of here. Help me out of here. Because I can't do it myself. And God, thank you for being in control of all things. So I have nothing to fear. See, Jonah is not like Pinocchio and Geppetto. Do you remember Geppetto and Pinocchio? They got stuck in the whale. What did they do? Do you remember? They tickled him. Is that? They made him sneeze. How did they make him sneeze? They started a fire, right, on the boat. They started that big fire and the smoke billows came up and the whale sneezed and they had to swim for their lives to escape the whale who was munching down trying to get them back in. I don't know about you, but if something lit a fire inside my belly, it would probably be the last thing I'd want to go and swallow again. But, see, God is not like that. God's salvation is not like that. It's not that we have to work to open up the whale and escape out and then swim for our lives and hope against hope that we make it to the shore before he swallows us again and chews us up and grinds us to bits. God's salvation spits us out on the shore. The whale spit Jonah on the shore. He didn't have to swim for his